Hello FIGGIE fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Star Wars The Black Series figure review. Today we're going to be continuing our look at the Acolyte figures from the Disney Plus series, of which it's suffice to say was met with backlash. With that being said, we're here to focus on the figures themselves, so I do kindly ask you to leave your opinions on the Acolyte at the front door, as that's what I'll be doing, because we're going to be focusing just purely on the figures themselves, taking a look at Master Sol and Jecki. As per usual, we will be taking a look at the packaging, then the figures themselves. First and foremost, pretty standard stuff, although there has been a little bit of a change up more recently with the packaging. Long are the days gone of the beveled edge, and now it's the return of the rectangular style. Of course, you've got Star Wars The Black Series at the top there, which is pretty familiar. You've got the window where you can actually see the figures themselves. Name tabs of the characters going along there vertically. Name of the media just at the bottom there, highlighted in the colour or colour band that goes all the way around the packaging. Of course, you've got the Hasbro logo there and some legal MacGuffle. Something I really do like is the fact that inside the actual packaging they have put some colour in there and a bit of background. You can't really see it too well, but there is some additional imagery in there that does really pull your attention in to the figures themselves. On the side you can see Star Wars The Black Series and of course that colour band running around there. On the other side you've got pictures of the characters. When you put them together they do create a nice mural. You've got the name of the characters at the bottom there, and then on the back of the packaging, nice images of the characters again and a bit of a bio. Name of the series that they're from, as well as the number. Ton of legal garb at the bottom there and at the bottom there as well. Nothing really going on at the top. So that's basically the packaging out of the way and done with. So let's take a look at the figures themselves. So here we have Jedi Master Sol and his apprentice Jecki. These are two really lovely figures. It's very nice to see more Jedi in the Black Series line. This is a very Jedi orientated wave, of which I absolutely love, and it's not too often that we see Jedi orientated waves. That's kind of weird given that that's what Star Wars is relatively synonymous for, you know, lightsabers and mystic boys and girls and they thems. It's really refreshing to see, and I hope Hasbro continues this trend throughout the line. There's plenty of prequel trilogy characters that I could list off, and particularly now that we've got the High Republic, there's a lot of Jedi in there that would be really cool to see. But nonetheless, these are based off of characters from the Acolyte. We'll start off with Jedi Master Sol, who is probably one of my favourite characters from the series. Just an absolutely incredible figure, an incredible representation of the character. It's almost like they've pulled him straight off of screen. Of course, you've got that amazing head sculpt, of which is incredibly accurate to the actor that plays him. Of course, his hair's knotted there. Really lovely stuff. You've got the underrobes as well, of which I really like the colour of. It's not like the typical basic sandy colour that you see in the prequels. There's a bit of mustard yellow in there, and there's a real ornate feel to it, particularly when you look just underneath the robes themselves. But he's actually wearing these gauntlets, of which again have a bit of a Knights of the Old Republic feel to them, and an element of the Clone Wars there, kind of bridging that line between eras in the Star Wars timeline. Just really cool. I like that level of detail. Of course, you've got the belt there, then coming down to the legs you've got those really ornate brown boots. Don't know, just the Jedi of this time look really well kept. You can definitely tell that they are at their, at least in their eyes, peak. You've got some soft goods robing here. The hood is actually pinned back, so you can't really have it displayed over his head. At least I don't think I've been able to find it, but that's not really a bad thing. You don't tend to see them with their hoods up, at least in the show from my memory. But yeah, these are really nice robes. Typically Hasbro don't quite nail it, but with these particular figures they really have. They sit really nicely on the actual figure bodies. But of course you can remove the robe if you did so wish. I'm not going to for the intensive purpose of this review, but you can treat it as a sort of accessory. It does come with the lightsaber, and the hilt as well. Of course, Master Sol has the blue lightsaber beam. You can remove the beam from the hilt, and the hilt does have a little peg as well. I don't know how well you can see that, of which you can clip into the belt, of which I can do for you quite nicely, like so. So you can have your figures in a very sort of muted, neutral pose if you didn't really want to have them with the lightsabers drawn. Now, in terms of Master Sol's articulation, it is a little bit different from Jecki Long's. Now, in terms of Master Sol's articulation, it is a little bit different from Jecki's. He has a ball-jointed head on a ball hinge, a ball joint in the neck as well, so you can get some real good posability there. Butterfly joints in the shoulders, ball-jointed shoulders as well, ball-jointed elbows, ball-jointed wrists, ball-jointed hips, swivels at the tops of the thighs, ball-jointed knees, and ball-jointed ankles with the rocker joints. So you can get this guy in all the dynamic poses that you could want from a Jedi. So just moving away from Jedi Master Sol and coming to Jecki Long, this is another beautiful, beautiful figure. Of course, there is a bit of human-alien hybrid there with this particular character. Always nice to see alien characters within the line, and particularly Jedi ones at that. Really, really lovely paint application on this one. A real standout figure, I have to say, within this particular wave. Just looking at the head sculpt a bit closer, you can see that she's got her Padawan braid there, and some nice horn detailing, and just that paint application on the head as well. Just beautiful. Some really nice fading. If we just come around to the back there, you've got the sculpted hair. Of course, the robes, as we've mentioned, are that sort of mustard colour. Of course, they are a little bit different due to the fact that she is a bit shorter. Of course, the legs are a bit shorter as well, and naturally the arms. But you've got some nice paint application on the hands there as well. Really, really stunning stuff. Of course, just on the belt there, you can see the Jedi insignia sculpted onto that buckle. The soft goods are really well made. Once again, they sit beautifully on the figure, and it is actually a slightly different colour to the one that Sol has. It's a bit lighter, which is a nice little touch. Of course, you've got the boots there as well. Now, in terms of accessories, as similar with Master Sol, she of course comes with the cloak and the lightsaber and hilt. Of course, Jecki Long has the green lightsaber beam, so you can remove the beam, and the hilt does have a peg, of which you can attach onto her belt, and of course that plugs in there just like so. The hilt is unique to Jecki Long, which I really like. Hasbro could have really cheaped out there and just gone with a generic lightsaber hilt, but they've really gone the extra mile to sculpt the hilts themselves to be the ones that the characters actually use in the show. Now, in terms of Jecki Long's articulation, she has a ball jointed head on a ball jointed neck. There's butterfly joints in there, ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed torso. Now, in terms of the hips, there is ball jointed hips. There's actually no thigh swivel there. And then ball jointed knees and ball jointed ankles. But you can still get this figure in some really, really good poses. So there we go, that's my look at Jedi Master Sol and his apprentice Jecki Long. Kind of had to do these two together because it just made complete sense. I'm so pleased that we've got some more Jedi in the line. It's something that I've really been clamouring for, particularly when we get aliens as well. We're always onto a winner with that. Hasbro have done an impeccable job on these. I think we could have got some more additional accessories with them, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Come on, some alternative hands, maybe even the motion saber effect that we got with figures such as Count Dooku, but they're only sort of minor criticisms. It's just the extra cherry on the cake which would have elevated these figures to a higher level. As they are, they're really, really bloody good. And if you're not a fan of the Acolyte, I could definitely see people picking these up and having them as shelf filler for Glup Shito Jedi cannon fodder in a Geonosian arena diorama, or dotted about within their other prequel Jedi ranks. Again though, it is going to depend on your mileage, how much you're going to want these. I personally really do recommend them. You'll have to let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have you picked these up? Are you planning on picking these up? Sound off. And well, this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching.